Can I welcome everybody along to our first Staff Wellbeing Matters launch. And we're launching today with a caring cuppa. It's a way for everybody to get together to recognise the hard work that staff have put in over these last few months in very difficult times. And I would just like to say a thank you to all our staff in the hope that you do recognise that the efforts that you've put in do help and have helped the population of Inverclyde. So for me, it's just a way to say thank you and to recognise the hard work you have done, and to hope that you look after yourselves and to make sure they know who to contact, when to contact them, and they realise they're not alone. So thank you.
Over the last several months, Inverclyde HSCP staff and staff who work in social care in Inverclyde have done an incredible job and worked tirelessly to make sure that individuals are supported and protected, and that we've delivered all that we possibly can. But in doing that, I'm well aware of the sacrifices that individuals have made in relation to themselves, and actually making sure that we look after them and they're able to look after one another and themselves is why wellbeing matters.
There has always been a good working relationship between the Inverclyde HSCP and the independent care home sector. But without doubt, since this pandemic, that relationship has strengthened. And that has been a benefit to us both, but in particular to those, some of the most vulnerable people in Inverclyde who are in our care. We think it's vital we are part of the workplace wellbeing matter, and delighted to see its launch. The local care home sector has seen challenges this year we thought we would never face, but we have shown ourselves to be resilient and adaptable, and have taken a lot that's been thrown our way, and we continue to show up and we continue to deeply care. However, as time has gone by, particularly now in this second wave, it is more important than ever that we are supportive and kind to each other to keep this 900 strong workforce going. We were in it together before, but now we are more deeply in it together, and it's important at this time we take a little bit extra care of our mental well-being. I would like to thank all those involved in this project for all the hard work and for our inclusion. Thank you.
Workplace wellbeing matters to me because our health and social care staff have worked tirelessly throughout the pandemic, and that includes many of the third sector providers here in Inverclyde, and we want to ensure that they feel valued and supported whilst they're supporting some of the most vulnerable people in our community.
Staff side, unions, colleagues from HR and some of our service managers and learning development came together to look at what was happening nationally and through the Promise website, and think to themselves, how can we make sure that we have the right support to people, make sure that happens in Inverclyde.
The plan was put together through a working group that was established by the HSCP that CVS Inverclyde were invited to take part in, and we used some of the engagement that we've had with the sector over the last 8 months or so to understand what their needs were for their staff and to feed into that plan. Success for me will mean that third sector organisations across the health and social care partnership and all of the staff working tirelessly to support vulnerable people know that they too are valued and supported, and also that they feel connected. I think it's important that the staff have the tools to support themselves and do that self-care, but also that they know where to go when they need help and they know where to ask for that help and support.
Success in the delivery of this plan will be if staff across the health and social care system in Inverclyde feel connected to it, if they feel that we are supporting them and they feel that they are able to know where to get support and they're able to reach out should they need help. The staff have worked really hard, and it's really important that they understand that they need to look after themselves, and only by looking after themselves can they really look after others. And so success to me would be that staff feel more resilient, they know where to get help, they know where to get support, and that actually it's easy for them to find it.
The next steps are to launch the plan, raise awareness of it, and we're going to do that through Care for a Cuppa. So bring your staff teams together, have a chit chat, have general check-in, and talk about the ways that the plan can support your organisation.
The next steps for us are to launch the plan, which I'm hoping we're doing today in relation to a caring cuppa, but also to make sure that the ideas come forward. It's a dynamic plan that's owned by staff, and so if people have ideas about what we can do to help and support people's wellbeing, it's really important we hear that, we listen to them, and we make sure that we do what we can in order to support one another, but also to make sure that we look after ourselves.